Welcome to Maiden Month. Hope you guys are enjoying the latest album by Iron Maiden, Senjutsu! Because I fucking am. It's a belter. And I just want to address some things from the other review. Now, loads of people are enjoying it, and loads of people aren't enjoying it, which is totally fine, you know. It's okay to criticise an album, who cares what people think, you know. Music is subjective, so people are gonna like it, people are gonna dislike it, you know, doesn't matter. What's annoying though is when people are liking it, and then other people are shitting on their tastes because they're not as superior as their own tastes. You know how stuck up your own ass you are? This goes out to all you commenters who want to bring other people down, people who are having fun with the album, and you guys are like, it's not that good, it's not as good as the Trooper, I fucking love the Trooper, peace of mind, peace of mind. Fuck you, you're all cunts. Yeah, this goes out to you guys, you're all fucking cunts. All of you, all fucking cunts. Now, this doesn't go out to people who dislike the album. Feel free to shit on the album if you don't like it. But don't shit on other people having fun with the album. That's where I draw the line. That fucking pissed me off. So anyone doing that, I'm gonna block. Because you shouldn't take away from other people's enjoyment. I know it's YouTube. You're gonna get those fucking comments. But I don't mind it directed at me. Call me a fucking wanker, whatever you want. But when it's directed at, you know, my commenters, people who are enjoying themselves, that's where I draw the line, and that's where you can go fuck your mother. So, with that little bit of housekeeping out the way, hope you guys are ready for a ranking, because today we're going to be ranking the Iron Maiden album arts, from my least favourite to my favourite. So, Iron Maiden, a lot of albums, 17 to be precise, a lot of great iconic artworks, and a lot of misses. Again, this video is subjective, so if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Pop your own down below. You know, I want discussions. What's your favourite Iron Maiden album art? What's your least favourite? But don't shit on someone else for having your least favourite their favourite. Okay? Yeah. So, let's get it with my least favourite album art they've ever done. And it's not the one you think. My least favourite is the X Factor. Yes. Yeah, always hated this. Always fucking hated this. You know, it's not quite as digitally bad as Dance of Death, I know, but I just hate it. It's so grey and dull, and I hate Eddie's face on it. He's been dissected, and his face is just kind of like to the side. He has a stupid, gormless expression. I fucking hate the Eddie. I hate how grey and boring it is. It's not got the charms of Dance of Death, even though that's objectively worse, but fuck it. I hate looking at this. Easily last. Next up is The Final Frontier. Some people love this one. Sure, yeah, it's cool, it's Space Eddie. I've never really been a fan of this one. It looks kind of weird, from being too grey to being too colourful on this one. Like, I don't know what he's holding in his hand, a little glow stick, he's going to a rave, he's going to snort some coke. I don't know what he's doing, but I fucking hate it. He's holding out some, like, Loki staff to some skeleton dude, and there's another skeleton dude in astronaut suits, and it's a cool concept. And you know me, I like my spacey shit, as Pestilence Patrick would say. Fucking spacey. But this one doesn't do it for me. This just always rubbed me the wrong way. So, yeah, Final Frontier, it's too much going on. Not a big fan. Next up is Dance of Death. Yeah, it's got to come lower down on the list, and you're probably shocked that it's not last, but there's some charm to this because of how fucking bad it is. It's like The Room. It's The Room of album arts. It's so bad that it's kind of good. So I kind of don't have problems with this one. So from this one out, I kind of enjoy the album arts. This one though, the baby's like floating on a dog. The people's necks are like twisted and contorted like some fucking Grudge movie. The Reaper's cool though, but it's like made on paint. It's terrible. It's kind of like, what's that movie with the purple Hulk thing? The Incredible Bulk? And he's just running through and the people like stop motion. It's like, it's awful. It's kind of like that. But it's funny. It's charming. So I'm going to put it higher than the other two. Not offensively bad, just fucking funny. So yeah, it's here. Fear of the Dark is next. I know, it's iconic. It's iconic. It's Fear of the Dark, but it's just some weird thing in a tree. It does never really like properly appeal to me. It's a lot better than Dance of Death, but it's never stood out as amazing to me. It's just something ingrained in a tree. It kind of feels like the Fallout quest, where the fucking sentient trees getting you to like kill itself. Yeah, this one's enjoyable, but I had the shirt for this one for a long time when I was a kid. I really enjoyed this one, but it's not it doesn't jump out to me. I'm sorry, it just doesn't jump out to me. It's a thing in a tree. It's an ent. You know, it doesn't do anything for me. The Book of Souls is next. Really cool one. The Tribal Eddie, he looks amazing. The reason this one's a bit lower than some of the others is he's just standing there and there's the black background. He looks cool. You know, he looks tribal. He looks like he's going to cut your heart out and fucking praise the sun gods. Praise Solaire, but he's not doing too much. He's just there, you know. It's not like some of the other ones where things are like more iconic. He's just there staring at you. And we've already had that with the debut. And this is just a rehash of the debut. So I still love it because his design is fucking fantastic. But I prefer another one. The other one being the Iron Maiden debut. Again, a dude just staring at you. But this is classic. You know, this is classic Eddie. He's got his crazy hair. He's just staring right into your soul, saying, come on, buy this album. It's got Phantom of the Opera on. You know you fucking want it. And yes, I do. But again, there's not much going on. At least this has a background, though. At least this is in a street, so it kind of fits with the theme of the album. But doesn't do anything for me. Definitely not as good as Killers. Holy shit. We'll get to that. This one's just a fine album cover, but maybe it's so high because it's iconic, but for me, it's coming here. Next up is Virtual 11, which is a fantastic art. Actually, I really enjoy this one. The album's great as well. Some people shit on it. I do think it's one of the weaker albums, but I still love it. The art, on the other hand, way better. He's got like a virtual reality and then there's like a demon world behind him, kind of like Persona. It feels like, you know, we're going into Persona world. These two different parallels. Yeah, I'm loving the demon on it. The demon Eddie looks sick. I love the whole nightmarish landscape and then the beautiful serene landscape. Kind of feels like a Dream Theater album cover, to be honest. Yeah, no problems with this one. Really love it. This may be a controversial one. No Prayer for the Dying is next. I know it kind of looks like the original Eddie. Not quite as cool as the Samurai Eddie, but he's bursting out the fucking grave and he's grabbing the grave tender or whoever it is and he's just holding him by his throat and it looks amazing. Always love this art. It's very dark, very purpley, and I like purple. That's a cool colour. It's a cool colour. Always love this one because, you know, you're going to be walking around a graveyard and Eddie's just going to pop up and strangle you. What's not to like? Next up is Senjutsu. Loads of people are going to fucking slam the hate comments on this one. Why is he putting this one high? Rabble. Yeah, fuck all you. This is amazing. I love samurais. I love weeb shit. And this is some weeby samurai shit. Hell yeah. It's like Sekiro come to life. I love it. I love the design of Eddie. He's one of my favourite Eddies of all time. I love the samurai sword. Love the armour. Love his, like, fangs. He's kind of like an orc from Skyrim. I keep making video game reference. He's like an orc in samurai armour or Blades armour. And he just looks amazing. Yeah, I love the logo. I love the Iron Maiden. It looks very metallic. Fits in with the armour. It's flawless. Senjutsu. That album cover blows my mind. Peace of Mind is next. Yep, Peace of Mind. A classic album with classic art. And I've always thought this was one of the weaker of the classic albums. It's just crazy Eddie, and he's just being chained in this insane asylum, which doesn't really fit with the songs on the album. I never really figured where that fit. Like Flight of Icarus, Where Eagles Dare, To Tame a Land, none of them scream mental asylum, so the album art doesn't really fit for me. Anyway, a lot of the songs just don't really fit that theme. But yeah, it's iconic. You say Iron Maiden, you instantly think of this album cover or some of the others, so it's most people's first album with Maiden, so yeah, it's iconic, it's cool, and it's gonna be high. Next up is Brave New World. I love the cloud formation on this one. I love that it's just looming over London and it's just about to strike. I got it on a shirt, that's how much I love it. It's my favourite Maiden album. So, of course, I've got it on the shirt, and of course I love this album, so bias here. It's not the best, but it is cool. And just the ominous Eddie cloud coming to get you. That's just freaky. It's terrifying, and Iron Maiden wants you for dead. Seventh Son of the Seventh Son is next. I always thought this one was very interesting, very cool. This kind of alien-like landscape in the background. And then it's half of an Eddie, and he's holding a little fetus, and the little fetus is like, hello, let me escape. Oh. And it's just creepy as fuck. Like, what is going on in this album cover? It's so weird that I love it. it instantly draws you in and goes, what the hell is this? I need to buy this and listen to it right now. And that's what I did. And it pleases the eardrums. Seventh Son of Seventh Son album art is just wacky, weird, and fucking wonderful. Somewhere in Time is next. Yep, Somewhere in Time. Space Eddie. He looks amazing on this. He's about to go hunting. He's got his pistol out, his laser pistol. There's so much going on in this album art. It's ridiculous. All the Easter eggs in it. It'll take you hours to find all the Easter eggs. It has like Eddie Lives scribbled on it. It's a fantastic, amazing Easter egg find. It's like Where's Wally or Where's Waldo within the album covers. So for that, major props. One thing I don't like is his stance. He kind of looks like he's chafing a bit. So he's kind of like, or his balls are stuck on his legs. So he's kind of into kind of like, ooh, put his legs further apart. Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like. Everything else, amazing. Here it comes, coming up to the home stretch. A Matter of Life and Death is next. Love this art. Like, this art is amazing, 10 out of 10. The tank coming at you, kind of like Marduk's album, Panzer Division Marduk, for all you black metal fans out there. Love the tank. Love all the skeleton soldiers smoking and the ones with a gun on top. Oh, it's fantastic. The battlefield, the flag with the skull in. It's probably my favourite art. I had this as a poster as a kid. Yeah, I had this as a poster, so I'm always looking at this art. One of my favourites of all time. It's really hard to be beat, and I almost put it higher than my next one, but my next one's so iconic. It is Number of the fucking Beast, boys. Number of the Beast. Of course it is. One of the most iconic arts of all time. He's there with like little puppet strings. The devil's like, hee hee. He's got like a fireball. He's about to go fireball on your ass. The devil's so iconic. The whole art is iconic. This is one of the best. And it's the Eddie from Killers, so of course it's one of the best. I love the text of Number of the Beast at the side as well. You know this one's good, so I don't need to tell you that it's good because it's fucking good. So coming in at number 2, number 2 is, this is so hard, but Power Slave. The Egyptian motif. I love my Egypt shit. Niles are my favourite bands. Love the pyramid. Just reminds me of Serious Sam. Fucking talking about games again. Nerd! You talk about Serious Sam and the big monster and you're hiding in the pyramid and you have to kill it. Yeah, it reminds me of that, but it's great. The Pharaoh Eddie sat on his throne with a snake behind him. Majestic. You feel the scope of everything on this one. It's one of the best arts. I would have it on my wall, framed. It's that goddamn good. But it's not the best Maiden art. The best Maiden art, in my opinion, is Killers. It's Killers. It's always gonna be Killers. He is the Eddie. This is the Eddie. The first one was kind of rough. Didn't really like it too much. The second one nailed it. Fucking nailed the aesthetic. The kind of grim aesthetic of like London. He's prowling the streets as a killer with his hand axe, with that kind of blood splatter of killers, looking like a horror film. From the grey clouds in the background to his shirt, to the hand gripping the shirt, and his hand axe has got blood on it, and his hair's just way better than the first one. He's just doing it by the streetlights, just murdering this guy with his axe. It's brutal. It's the most savage Iron Maiden album. It's the most iconic. It's the best Eddie. It's fucking Killers. Easy. So that was my ranking for Iron Maiden album arts. What did you think? Let me know down below. What's your favourite? What's your least favourite? Do you like any of them? Do you hate all of them? Let me fucking know, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.